Hello and welcome to the show. We are here in GTA 5 today, going racing once more. Well, one car's over there. Well, I don't know why there's a car on the bridge, but there is a car on the bridge. Everyone else is going to start in the hangar, because why not? We've not started a race in a hangar before. This seems like a perfectly good idea to put all the cars in. Yeah, we're racing the Lynx today. A vehicle that is horrifically overpriced. It's kind of cool. I like the Lynx, and it's actually a really nice car to drive. However, it is, shall we say, rather expensive for what it is. It's not very fast as a sports car, or as far as sports cars go. It's not particularly quick, but it is kind of a nice car to drive. We're all going to get lost. I can almost sense this, trying to figure out where on earth the actual proper... I think we're on the proper circuit now. This is about to not work. There's a wall along there that I'm betting a few cars have hit. Oh, we've been straightened up, and it could have gone worse. I mean, it could have gone better, but it could have been considerably worse through all of that. Oh, we don't get the inside of Brazen did actually see us there at the very last second and change direction, so we didn't end up spinning Brazen's car. We just kind of pinged off the door as we had to panic and grab the brakes. This will have us little change of direction. So this is a pretty interesting little circuit. There's some quite wide parts of the track, and then there's a couple of really technical narrow bits you've got to be very, very careful on. They are side by side up ahead. This is a big braking zone over a hill that you've got to be careful the slipstream doesn't kind of carry you away almost. I'm not going to shove the nose up the inside through here. Just at this moment in time. Oh dear. It's all got a bit messy at the start of this race. Oh, we're 3 wide. That's not a place. This is the narrow part of the circuit, guys. Let's not try and fit 3 cars wide immediately. I feel like that's asking for trouble. That's really, really asking for trouble. But, you know, we're around. We've made it. Well, I'm alive at least. Some cars did fall off. Oh, nearly in the back. Nearly in the rear corner of the gold machine. We're fine as we head on to this sort of banked corner now. Slipstream, catch-up, etc. is going to be... Well, that's kind of significant. It's a long straight you have here. If you do fall over the edge of this, there's no easy way back on the circuit. You will have to take your punishment. And it's quite a long drive or reset to get back onto the road. Brazen just launched the car at everybody there in the hope that it might stick, and somehow got away with it. We're on the inside through here, but I think we're going to have to yield eventually through all of that. Gliska did really well to keep that together. I just did not want to be stuck on the outside of that mess. That's just so much pain is about to head your way, I think, if you are on the outside of all of that. We're going to duck under brakes. Oh, turned in a smidge too soon. Gliska's a little too late with that turning on the wider line. What have we got? Oh, we've got a big line of cars coming to join us as well. It's not like we've got a 4-car breakaway really going on here, because we're about to be joined by a whole host of other vehicles. Now, I'm happy to be a little early on the brakes here. We'll try and sneak our way around the inside if we can follow Gliska's car. I've not really got the run off the corner there, though. Oh, and we're on a really tight line again through here. Although we might still get the... Oh, God, get the slipstream. This is where it's narrow. This is where we said 3 wide was a really poor idea. Previous lap. Liam's had a really good run. He's going to surely run out of space eventually. Not quite yet, though. Oh, no. So I like racing the Lynx. We got away with that contact, and it didn't immediately murder both our cars. Whereas with something else, that would almost guaranteed have spun Liam's car. So these are good race cars. It's just best when they're racing against themselves. One make race with the Lynx is best. Can we? Oh God, that's. Oh, you was the wrong side of the barrier. I don't think you could get back over that one. I don't know whether you was on the outside. Oh God, I did not see that car approaching with that much speed until it was way too late to do anything about it. We have got a really good tow. I think we would actually win the race in the end of that one. Yeah, where you position yourself in such a big group of cars is going to be manic, unless you get a really good final lap. Unless you either get a really good final lap and a couple you manage to pull away, unless there's a shunt, or unless something else goes on particularly, that is going to be one hell of a mess coming down towards the start-finish line. We may get a rather close photo finish, I think is a distinct possibility around this circuit. We're just going to move across. Although, of course, trying to have so many cars close together on a track that does get narrow in places does generally spread them out a smidge. It'll all concertina up towards the start-finish line because you've got this big, long straight with lots of room to be side by side and go 3 and 4 wide. Whereas through this section, you don't really want to be more. I mean, 2 wide is really the sensible limit. 3 wide does fit, but not cleverly. We're going to try and sneak a move on Impega there, but it didn't work. We're going to go slow on the exit. We're going to slid the car off the corner. That's fine. We gave it a go. We tried to find a way past. Didn't quite pan out, so we'll wait for another corner, wait for a better opportunity perhaps to come along. We're going to be that. The wide line here does kind of work. It certainly works if you've got someone to slipstream off of, which we will have here. We will get ahead of Gliska's car. Oh, that was a risky dive across the inside. Whoop. It was a very risky dive actually across the inside, but we made it stick. We went for it. It's all okay. There might be some contact on the outside, possibly. Maybe Gliska had to check up massively, having pinged off the door of my car. I mean, we had a pretty big lead coming off of there, but it would not be enough. Have an even bigger lead than that to run. Oh, to win the run to the line. We got a... Liam just gave us a helpful nudge forward that tipped our car sideways in the middle of all of that. Bugger and blast and all of that. Bumpy's got way too carried away up that. It's a fun corner, that. It is a fun little section, but if you have a huge toe and you are a little brave with the amount of speed you want to take up that section, you can actually get yourself in a world of trouble, as we saw. We may get back into this group. A close group together like that are going to be going really slowly. Unfortunately, we don't really have sort of the time. We've got company here, which means I can't necessarily take the lines I want to, ideally, through a bunch of these corners. Although it does mean we have someone to slipstream with down the long straights, and that is important if we're going to catch up. Gliska gets a little slide through that corner. We're going to get a good run, but are we going to have anywhere to go with it? No, there's no... Like, we could get alongside, but that would actually just make us slow through this next corner. Like, maybe we'd get the pass done, but maybe I would get the pass done and we'd both lose a heap of time. When we're trying to get back up to the lead group, because both of us have had a bad lap, it's often better that we don't do anything dumb and or don't, bother fighting some of these positions quite as hard just yet when, we all want to be in a fight for the victory at the end of the race. I don't think it matters too much necessarily right now. I think we're going to have... There's enough cars around us here that we can all slipstream off one another. Oh no, don't tell me the toe gave up on me. Come on. Come on. The toe has given up on me on the back of Brazen's car. Brazen hit the wall on the inside. I saw that. That was a huge ping. Oh, I don't think Stinty knew Danger Man or me were approaching from that side. The thing is, there's so much going on down there. There's so much room. In some ways, I wonder if the more space there is more dangerous. Like, cars are moving about trying to get into the draft, and if you don't look back before you move across, you never know when there's going to be... In our case, there were 2 cars on the outside that we can't react quick enough to know where they're going to be. I think this is the final lap of the race now. We're going to try and duck underneath. We might actually get underneath Impega and Chris through this section. We're up to 5th position now. We want to be... we are here in the group. We want to be close. We want to get a nice big run down the... Oh, Ewan hit the inside curb. Got a huge 2-wheel moment. Managed to stay out of the way of that one. Can we... I mean, we're taking this wider line here. Will get us in the draft of the cars ahead. It also keeps us out of trouble if anybody... Oh, they're going to go 3 wide into this really narrow section. Ewan thought about trying to have a pass, but there's just not really the space to get through here. Oh... It's been some more contact. Oh, Ewan ended up actually spinning off the back of my car in all of that one. I say that. I think Ewan may have hit the back of my car, slowed, and probably got turned by somebody else in all of that, which is really easy to do when a car's suddenly going a lot slower than you realise or expect it to be. We're up to 3rd here. We're kind of in a half-decent place. We're going to get a big pull. Now, the cars are going to come flying past me. That is okay. My hope is they come flying past, we'll actually get a good secondary run to the finish line here. Maybe. Or we're going to get screwed as we're going to get no slipstream. Danger Man is down to the inside. Liam is here as well. Here comes the big draft. Who has got the best of the runs? It's actually going to be Liam is going to have got it right. Oh, there's so many cars. Someone finished the car. Someone went across the line sideways. I don't know who that was. I mean, it was spectacular. I will give that. Now, it didn't quite work for me. Me and Gliska just didn't quite pan out in that one. Bloody hell. Look at the finishing between me, Gliska, Stinty. I think it was Bumpy that was pushed across the line sideways. Might have been Angus. It was one of the pinky purpley coloured cars that got put across. Blakey gets fastest lap at a 1:33.0. That's a very quick lap. Further down. We were there. Didn't quite go the way I had hoped. However, However, that was a rather excellent, exciting race. So, we move to something even a bit quicker. Now, the XA21. Sticking with the Ocelots, the Jaguar vehicles, essentially. Yeah, we are going to see how a supercar fares around this one. It's pretty quick. It's not the fastest of the supercars, but it is relatively rapid, all-wheel drive. Has a decent amount of grip, decent amount of speed. Oh, God. We got very busy at the start, and somehow... we got... Oh, there's been another contact further up. I think that might have been... No, the car fell off on the inside, but you might still be able to actually recover that to the next checkpoint, so it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. We can get to the inside. We actually get a really, really good run down here, although now we're 3 wide heading towards the bridge. That's not a place I want to be 3 wide. I don't really want to be that far on the inside. You with a huge run. Ah, no one else stopped further back. Don't mind me. Oh, and Blakey's gone round in front of the pack. I thought that was going to be me for a second. I very nearly murdered Stinty. Through all of that, Stinty was trying to take that sort of like tighter sort of cutback line, and I was not on that line. And I was just about ready enough to deal with it, but only just. Oh, we might have sort of a little bit of a shoulder barge. Oh no! Dodge out of the way. Spinny something has gone on. Is it going to pour with rain? Oh no! We've been connected. It's not been a good start to this race with the supercars here. It's kind of just been a little bit of a mess, if I'm honest with you. We're actually now right down to the back. It's not gone according to plan. Oh, Pega had to try and dodge that and ended up out wide. We've got a huge slipstream pull through the middle that no one else seemed to have. It's fine. I think Pega can maybe get some checkpoints on the outside. You may be able to do something, I don't know. Oh! Good God, that was not a good rejoin. I think it was actually more trying to get the checkpoint than anything. I just didn't even register there was a car down there quick enough. Alright, it's been one of the worst laps I think we've ever managed to do on GTA 5. Collectively, thank you for demonstrating. It's not gone well. If things can only get better, I feel that is what we're going to go for here. Things can only go a little bit better in this race. Oh, there's another car climbing over a track marking. Right. Drafting, slipstreaming, curb, well, maybe a little curb boosting, not too much. I think there's not that many opportunities around here. You're going to see a little bit from cars. Ooh, that was a terrible line. Should have followed where Stinty went, actually. Right, Liam's fallen back. Liam is not within... I was expecting Liam to be within slipstream range, and we could have just towed our way around the start-finish straight. Instead, we might have to try and work with Stinty if we're close enough. Somebody's fallen off that. Oh, that's going to be an annoying, difficult to recover one for Brazen. Not impossible. And let's not forget, we're only on the second lap. This is a 6-lap race. There is chance. There's a reason why we leave catch-up on in these. So if you do have a terrible, terrible start to the race that does occur, it does happen sometimes. For this one, there is a chance to recover. There is a chance to get back into the fight by the end. You can't make too many big mistakes, of course, but you are given a little bit of leeway. Well, that's a huge crash. There's a very, very big shunt for a bunch of cars. I'm kind of glad we were further back and not involved in the middle of that, because I think there are quite a few innocent bystanders. Brazen has shot... Brazen has shot to the inside and just fell straight down the gap. Apparently we can't race supercars, or we can't race supercars tonight. I'm not sure quite which part of which one that is. We've raced supercars sensibly before. We had a really good race with the RE7Bs not that long ago, and that's even quicker than this. Apparently we can't drive this supercar tonight. This moment in time, this supercar is a little too much for all of us. Oh, that's a huge dive. I say a huge dive. I don't actually think the purple car meant to necessarily have that bigger a dive, but it was having it, and we had to kind of try and deal with the sort of consequences almost of it being stuck on the outside. We get a couple of cars through that corner, which I'm not going to complain about. Puts me up into a 4th position. We may be able to duck underneath, almost. Not quite. That's fine, though. Again, we'll just sit in the draft for our way around here. Got to be careful you don't understeer too wide. Stevie actually got away with that a little. You'll get away with it a bit more in this than perhaps some cars. If you run wide there, put like one wheel on the grass, you can really unsettle your car and go for a spin. However, this is, being all-wheel drive, is fairly planted. You can often get away with it. As I say, I don't necessarily want to be on the outside there, actually. You've got to be so careful, because if you fall over the edge of the track there, you are done for. You can get, if you fall over the edge of the track here, you can, well, get the checkpoint. You lose some time, but you do at least be able to get the checkpoint. Further back, you really struggle to get the checkpoint. We've had a mega run. We've given most of it to Stinty. Oh, that's there's so much speed. It's such a dangerous part of the track. We made Stinty do a backwards wheelie. Well, Stinty did a wheelie while going back. It's not supposed to happen like that. I'm fairly confident. That was... I mean, we survived. At the end of the day, we didn't come out of it with the lead, no, but we've also not fallen that far back from the pack by being just a little bit careful when stuff was going wrong. I think maybe the 7 or 8 cars wide, not a good idea. The final lap, it's going to happen. However, maybe on lap 3, at the end of lap 3, start of lap 4, maybe we don't go 7 or 8 wide. It's just a thought. Personally, I feel like it's probably better if we don't. It's not going to stop them. We know what's going to happen next time around. We come to this long straight. Oh dear. Oh, that was a little bit, unfortunately, of a janky lag ping by the looks of it. Bumpy's found a gap to fall down. that gap is literally big enough for the XA21, and Bumpy managed to find a way to get the car into it. You couldn't get any more of a vehicle in there, but well done. Oh dear. Can we get some slipstream off the top 3? Probably not just yet. They will fight one another now. This is a much more preferable outcome for everybody, really. Well, the more preferable outcome would be a little bit closer so I could potentially try and get some draft. How brave they be jumping that little kind of area, I don't know. We're going to get there, of course we are. That's the point to catch up. But so is the rest of the pack before the end of this race. I had a little lift just going up here, just to get the car settled. I wasn't really going to be making any progress. There were too many vehicles ahead, so I thought I'd just have a lift, settle the car out. Almost careered into the back of Brazen through there. They can go 3 wide through here. I don't really want to be a part of... I don't want to be a part of the 3 wide. I actually wanted to cut underneath them, but Brazen was... I say was there, I say covering, but was also looking for ways past cars ahead. Everyone's looking for an advantage they can possibly get. Is anyone going to be mad and fire up the inside from further back? They're not. Still going 3 wide up here. Now, oh, it's like, where on earth do you put your car? Like, where do you put your car in this one? There's not all that much space. It's going to be 2x2 through here. There's a little bump between, I think it's Angus leading and Brazen. There's 2 cars out a little bit wide. Gliska gets a good run. Now I'm stuck in this. It's almost been a little bit... Oh, there's been a tiniest of tags between Angus and Gliska, and that's all it took. That's a tiny, tiny tap as well. After everything that we went through going 2 and 3 wide, that's the thing. The car's got going again pretty quickly, but that's, of course, the thing that upsets... Oh, danger, man. That's not where you want it to be. That's gone poorly. That has gone very poorly indeed for that car. We're going to sit in a draft, but I also don't want to be near those walls. Those sticky, outy, neon-y bits of wall are a bit scary. We have a really good run, actually, from nowhere. Bumpy has an even better run and would probably not have won, but has got to the lead now. It's going to be a manic race to the finish line again. Someone's going to cross it sideways. Someone's going to hit something solid on the run towards it. I just don't know who and where I'm going to be in all of it. That's the end. That's the basis of it. Is I don't really quite know what's going to happen. But as we all slot our way through these next few corners, we're going to get a good run through the middle. Actually, we're now 3 wide. Oh, I tried to back out of it. Stevie didn't have time to react to me slowing down a little bit through all of there. But we got away with the punt. Actually, we kind of slowed down early enough that if we got hit, it didn't matter too much. Like the getting hit, we were still slowing down enough. Oh, not 3 wide here. Gliska actually gives us all a load of space, which was very helpful. Bumpy, in the end, had to back out of that. There's just no room to fit a car on the extreme outside. Well, you can fit the car there, but you just won't take the corner with any sort of speed. That's the problem you get. Can we have a look around the outside here? No. Now, the bigger problem me and Gliska have is we've got quite far ahead of everybody else, and they're about to come and absolutely annihilate us with Slipstream. We may get that secondary chance. That's the hope. We may get the secondary chance as Stevie comes past. We're in the toe of Gliska. We've got a good run here, but have we got anywhere to go with the good run? Oh, we might have put Stevie around in front of the pack. We are going to take a victory. There was... I mean, I did say someone was finishing sideways. We were going for the push Stevie and find the gap on the outside. It was a rather NASCAR-esque maybe a bit of a push, maybe a bit more of a forceful push than I realised on that one. Whoops. Hey, Team Orange get a 1-2. Yeah, it might have been a slight bump and run. To be fair, the hope had been to hit the back of the car and push it forward, not push it sideways. And I did hit it pretty dead on in the back, but whoops. There was a bit of a coming together at the end of that one, I think it is fair to say. It's a good fun track, though. It's a very good fun track to drive around. Thank you very much to Krogasmic for building this one. Of course, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed some more wacky GTA 5 racing. That, though, is going to be it for today. Until next time, a goodbye.